Hello. I am sitting in bed, obviously. It is like 1:30. Been up for like 45 minutes. I got abruptly woken up by someone that had to come do some repairs at my place. And he knows me well enough to know that I had just gotten up at 12:45 p.m. Oh, but as I said in yesterday's video, I was up quite late. I don't think I mentioned what time. I'm not going to mention it because it's slightly embarrassing. Most people think it's very strange that I stay up late and get up so late. But the good news is that I feel good right now. I have good energy, and I'm hoping that since I got up on the earlier side, that maybe I will go to bed on the earlier side tonight. My mission today is it's to exhaust myself enough, and luckily I'm going to a boot camp workout class tonight, so either that's going to give me a ton of energy or it's really going to exhaust me, and I'm hoping for the latter. Last time I took this class, I had trouble walking for 2 days, so I'm a little excited and a little concerned. Anyways, right now I made myself some Organifi green juice, and I'm actually trying to get into the habit of drinking it every day because if you saw my first vlog, I have like a lifetime supply of it, so I want to use it, and it's got so many good things in it, and it's good for energy, so I think if I have it at the beginning of the day, that'll just help keep me upbeat. I'm not a huge caffeine drinker, but I'm starting to understand why people drink caffeine, because I don't think it's just for like physical energy. I usually don't feel the desire for that. I usually feel pretty awake just naturally and through my diet and lifestyle, but I could use it from like an emotional energy standpoint, and certain types of caffeine just like make me feel good. It's hard to describe. I don't know if that's just how caffeine's supposed to work, because again, it's never been a big part of my life, but certain types of caffeine, like coffee for example, I feel horrible. I feel like wired and jittery and like gross. I like the taste of coffee, but I don't like that feeling. I find that with green teas and like certain natural energy drinks, they pick me up, and like I just feel like alive and excited and want to do everything. And I would like to have that feeling more often, because as I've been saying with all these videos, that down feeling is not just like makes me feel kind of sad, it also makes me feel like kind of not lethargic, but I just low in energy, and like I don't feel motivated. But as I keep talking about reading this, I should probably start off my day reading this, but I'm jumping into some emails right now. I actually really look forward to emails on Monday morning because it's like this flood of things come in. I answered a few late last night / early this morning, and I have a list of literally 45 things that I could be doing today. I went through my emails and like noted down all of the like related tasks, so kind of excited, kind of overwhelmed, I'll be honest. Luckily, I'll be spending the whole day working until I have to go to that workout class, so not gonna be that exciting of a day for you. Made some more Follow Your Heart scrambled eggs, along with my faithful oatmeal and apples, which Evie is also enjoying. It is somehow 5 o'clock. I've posted 2 videos, one on Uncensored, yesterday's vlog, and one on the What a Vegan Eats channel. Feels good to post videos, I must say. And I love that all the comments that I've received on yesterday's Uncensored vlog were about the vegan egg. Oh, it's good. Yeah, I wish that I had the desire to like do like taste tests more often. Maybe I will, because I feel like that would have been really fun with the vegan egg. It's just I feel kind of lazy, like those videos take more effort. Just not ready to put in effort like that unless I'm being sponsored or something, because otherwise I don't have a lot of motivation. Speaking of not having motivation, I love all the different ways that Evie likes to like splay out of my bed. She makes like nests sometimes where she'll actually like push around the blanket into a circular shape. Or last night, I wish I caught this on camera, she went under the covers and like kept bobbing her head around till she like got the covers around her in a certain way. And sometimes she likes to do interesting things with the pillows. It's very amusing. I am supposed to go to this boot camp that I mentioned earlier at 6:30, and right now I don't feel motivated. I know I should go, but I have to drive there. I don't feel like leaving my home, and I also don't know if I feel like socializing. But it's such a good workout, and it's free, and it's also part of the church, and I feel kind of guilty for not going to church yesterday. And I really like the girl that heads it, so I really should go. So I think the only way that I'm going to feel motivated to leave in the next hour to this is if I have some caffeine. So let's go see what I have. It's funny how I was talking about caffeine earlier and how I don't normally drink caffeine, but I feel a little bit like tired right now. Not like enough to take a nap, just like I would like an extra boost. So here are my options. This is really good green tea, but I don't remember it giving me a super strong caffeine boost. It just tastes really fantastic. This tastes pretty good. It's black tea, and black tea usually causes me to feel a little bit more jittery. I have a few other loose leaf teas here. Maybe this one is the answer, this Boost one, but I don't know if it's called Boost because of the flavor. No, it says right here, stimulating blend for the body and mind. I think this is going to be the winner. I forget what flavors this has, but, oh, okay. Mate, there you go, green tea, cinnamon, ginger, and cardamom. All right, I think this is gonna be the winner, but let me see. I have a nice collection of tea. I love tea. I love this one. Tastes incredible, but I don't remember it working too well in terms of boosts. I have this really good, I love how I'm giving you guys a tour of my tea collection right now. I have this really good one I haven't used in a little while that's just for energy, but I don't know if I ran out of it. I suspect I may have. Let's see here. I don't know why I put my tea up so high. I should be drinking it more often. I think I'm all out of it. It's called Kava tea, and that stuff is fantastic. All right, I think the Kuzmi Boost is the winner. So, gonna brew this up, and I'll let you know if it works its magic. It's 6 p.m. I can't say that my energy went super high after that tea. I even took this mental alertness formula from Gaia. And I would say that maybe I feel like 25% better than I did like an hour ago. But you know, there's another like thing getting in the way of me going to that boot camp is like, I don't know if it's just a form of anxiety, but there's this resistance that I feel that's very familiar. And that's what I really need to start figuring out, because I get this resistant feeling a lot when it comes to social things, and it's coupled with guilt. It's like I feel like I should go do something, and if I don't do it, then somebody's going to be upset with me, or there's going to be like a consequence. So for the boot camp, I'm like, well, it would be much better for me to work out that way than it is for me to work out alone at home. Like I definitely push myself further when I work out in a class setting. And I'm afraid that I'm going to let down my friend from church that organizes all of this. And like that's weighing really heavily on me. And I feel that very frequently when it comes to events. Like this is actually part of the reason I moved from LA a few years ago. Back in like 2011, I just felt like I was overwhelmed by LA because there's always something going on here. The funny thing is, though, is that's the exact reason that I moved back, is because San Francisco wasn't exciting enough for me. Neither was Massachusetts. Like everywhere else I go, I get pretty bored because I miss going out. But LA, it's like there's always something happening here. And I have a lot of friends. I'm so grateful for that. But people want to hang out or there are events happening, and it's like I got invited to something, like I have three things going on Saturday, and I'm already like concerned that it's going to be too overwhelming for me. And I have something going on tomorrow now, and I don't even do that much because I'm at home, and it's just still so hard for me to leave my place, and that's like where all this like social anxiety comes from, or just anxiety in general of, I don't know, it's hard to express, and I definitely want to talk about it more because I have a feeling a number of you will be able to identify that, even if you don't live in a busy city like Los Angeles. It might not be that, it might be something else. I don't know if it's overwhelm or stress or anxiety or what it is, but it's like I also have trouble coming to terms with decisions. I'm sure some of you can relate to that too, as it's really hard for me to make a decision. And lately I started thinking like I need to tune in to things, or I just need to get super clear about my goals each day. And maybe I need to start a morning routine. Like I know a number of successful people, entrepreneur types, like they always start off their mornings like with some sort of practice, like meditation, which I should definitely get back into with all this anxiety. And they write down their goals, and they have their to-do list, and they have like everything very outlined so their day goes smoothly. And I'm really recognizing that that's going to be helpful for me, because when it comes to something like this, I think part of like the tension that I feel inside is like I'm going through in my head like all the reasons I should do it and all the reasons why I don't really want to do it. And I'm sitting here thinking, am I just making up excuses? Do I need to break through things like this anxiety? You know, whatever it is, but there also feels like this bigger thing getting in my way. Like it's not as simple as I'm lazy and I don't feel like working out, because I am committed to working out and I'm going to work out today regardless. Is it that I don't want to do the drive? Is it that I don't want to spend the time? Is it that I don't want to be around the people? Like maybe it's all of that, and that's why it feels so intense. Like it almost feels like there's like this grip on my heart or my stomach or something. And it's just such a familiar feeling, which is why I realized that I need to work through this. Um, and maybe what I should do right now after I stop recording this video is just like really sit down and hone in on my goals again, and that could help with everything. I think it's because I want to do so much. Like I was saying at the beginning of this video, I have like 45 things on my to-do list today, and I'm definitely not going to do them all. And that was just going through my emails from the past month and a half. Just going through my emails, not going through all my other to-do lists and all the other things I want to do. Like there are literally like hundreds of things that I could be doing or should be doing or want to be doing. And no wonder like this anxiety is creeping up. And I think that's part of why it's hard for me to leave my house, is because when I leave and let's say like go do something like this, it's very personal, for like personal goals, it's moving me farther away from achieving my business goals. Because a tendency for me is that, and I'm curious if any of you can relate to this as well, is when I go out and socialize, when I come home, I still want to relax. Like even if I'm doing something relaxing with other people, that in itself is exhausting. So I come home and I want to just like chill out and watch TV or read a book or like take a nap or something, like just to recover from that social environment. So for me, I have to calculate like the time it takes to drive somewhere, time it takes to do the activity, time it takes to drive home, and the time it takes to decompress from that. And that's like hours and hours of time that are taking me away from all of these things that I want to be doing. And just talking about this is exhausting and giving me anxiety. Oh my gosh. I think it's clear that I shouldn't go. I feel bad because I didn't go to church yesterday, and I don't know. There's so much. And I hope that by sharing this, like, gives you insight into me and, like, why I talk about things like anxiety, because I don't normally share, like, these, like, specific instances. And I hope that any of you that are struggling with this too know that you're not alone, as I keep saying, and that we can work through this together and identify these things. I'm on such a mission to just get clear about why I feel the way I do about things in life and how to break through those. And that's why I do so much reading, is I learn so much from all these different types of books about how to work through things like this. And I think that's why it's important to talk about it. It's because maybe you guys have gone through this and have some practices that work really well for you. And if you do, I'd love to hear them. And I will continue to share as I go through this journey what's working for me and how I'm overcoming this. Um, I feel a little disappointed, and I think that's where all this, like I said, the stress keeps coming, because like anytime I say no to something, which is becoming more and more frequent as I identify what I really want, it's tough. I'm afraid of losing friends because I say no to events. I'm afraid of missing out on opportunities because I say no to things. And it's just like, I don't know if there's a way to ever like look into the future and know like which decisions are going to affect you. Like, I think that's where you have to just tune into your gut and ask yourself what's really important, and ask yourself what the alternatives are. Like for me, I think what's really important is working out and taking care of my body, and I'm definitely making progress. But and while I know that I would make more progress going to the boot camp, it's kind of outweighed by the stress that I would feel. And stress, affects your body, it affects your weight, it affects your sleep, it affects everything. So for me, maybe I just need to find ways to get things that I want without compromising myself in other ways. And sadly, I think I have to say no to this. I also am trying to find ways to communicate to friends like all of this. It's so hard. I've been making more of an effort to tell people that I get anxiety. Um, but I have some friends that don't really believe that that's true. Like I had this conversation with one of my church friends, and like there's a big thing about anxiety in Christianity that I don't fully understand yet, but I guess a lot of people that suffer from anxiety have found healing through going to church and through reading the Bible and things like that. And that's something that I'm curious about. Is kind of like giving it to God, I guess. And that's something that I want to dabble more in. I guess like the last thing I would say about all of this is I get afraid that people won't understand, and that they'll start to think that I'm a flake. They'll start to think that I'm someone that like canceled last minute or something. And so now I'm trying to actively like not say yes. I tell my friends like I'm trying to take things day by day, and I'm trying not to commit to things unless like I know that I want to do them. And then just like hoping people understand and realize that if they don't understand or they're not trying to understand, like maybe they're just not the best types of people I should have in my life. I don't know if any of you have worked through that, like the social elements of having social anxiety or anxiety in general. Like, how have you navigated explaining to other people the things that come up for you? Wouldn't it be amazing if more people talked about these things like openly? I bet a lot of people are struggling with things like this and they're just afraid to talk about it. So that's why I feel like I need to talk about it, and you need to talk about it. Maybe if we all collectively start talking about it, more people will talk about it, and we'll have a lot more understanding and a lot less pressure. I feel better sharing that, but I still feel a little bit guilty. I'm going to continue doing my work then, and then I'm going to do my walk and my at-home exercises.